So hi everyone, today we are going to solve some lead code problem. We'll select medium level problem and select which are not to do.
Screen is not visible.
Which one? Pick one.
Screen is not visible. Screen is not visible.
Okay, 1 second. Yes, sorry. Okay, so let's solve the question. Do you have any preference, or we can select a pick one maybe?
Okay.
Okay, let's do a pick one. Number of enclaves. Okay, it's medium and this. Okay, so you can read the question and explain us.
Given a 2D array, each cell is 0 representing a sea or 1 representing land. A move consists of walking from one land square 4-directionally to another square or off the boundary of the grid. Return a number of land squares in the grid which cannot walk off the boundary of the grid in any number of moves. Return the number of land squares in the grid which we cannot walk off the boundary of the grid in any number of moves.
So we have given an array, 2D array A. So it has 0 or 1, right? 0 is the sea and 1 is the land. So we can only walk from land to land.
In 4 directions.
Okay. Or like vertically and diagonally. So like vertically and horizontally.
Horizontally.
Yeah, not diagonally. And off the boundary of the grid, what does it mean?
We can get from the 0th index, we can get out from this matrix, I think.
Okay. So return the number of lands of squares in the grid for which we cannot walk off the boundary of the grid in any number of moves. So from we have to find those land square from which we cannot reach the boundary, right? Like
yes.
We are like isolated kind of. So let's take an example. Yeah, go ahead.
So I think the lands which are covered with sea in all the 4 directions will be our answer.
Yeah. Like kind of an island. Like how many islands are there? Yes. Like here we have 1 and we have 4, right? Or like here we have this one we is already on the boundary. So these 3 are not, we cannot reach the boundary from this 1. So we have to output 1, this 3, right? I mean this one is already at the boundary and this 1. So from this 1 we cannot reach the end. So it will be the answer. Like there are 3 ones from which we cannot reach the boundary. So the answer is 3, right? And in this case, what will be the answer?
Answer is 0 because in the first row both are at the edge, so we can go off the bounds. And for the second row, this one is connected to the to the 0th row. So it can be traversed.
Yes.
Same case for the second.
Yes. So yeah, that's true. And how would we approach this problem?
We can do BFS or DFS here. We will do BFS and
yes, the BFS can work. So like from every one which is not on the boundary, we can do one BFS and keep track of how many elements are connected to this one, and if we don't reach the end, then like have a global counter to, like, yeah, I will write the algorithm here so that you'll understand. So for each one we can do a BFS for each one which are not
in the boundary.
Not in boundary. We can do a BFS and keep track of number of one connected, okay, and have a global counter, global answer, and if we don't reach the end, like the boundary while traversing, then we increment the global counter, and then we mark all the points, all the ones as visited, something like that. That will be my approach. What do you think? This should work?
So for the yes, that one in the second row and the third column, second or third column, the line 12.
Line 12.
Line 12, yes.
Okay.
Line 12. The yes, the third for that one. So for that we will do a BFS.
Yeah, we'll do a BFS. So we'll reach this one and this one and this one. So we have 4. But since we reach the boundary, then we won't count it, and we will mark everything as 0, and then we can start again from the next one, which is, you know, like not yet visited.
Maybe should we mark it as 0 or visited?
Like anything can be done. Like we can have a separate visited hash map, or we can like manipulate this one also. So let's have a separate like hash map, because that will be easier to understand. So what do you say?
Yes, that will be fine.
Okay, so okay, let's start coding then. So previously we solved one similar question that you can see here, the maximum area of island. It also had this BFS. So we'll just copy the code of BFS because it's like I don't want to write it again. So this is the code, and let's copy it, the BFS code from before. We have visited array and valid neighbor and BFS. So, and we also have this one. So like the code is almost the same. So that's what we talk about patterns. So once you know how to solve a BFS question, like how to implement a BFS, then you can solve many questions using the same pattern. So that's what we'll do. So you'll see this, the previous question is almost same as this question. We can use the code as it is. So let's So now let's try to see which one we should keep and which one we should delete, and let's make it A to grid so that we don't have to change anything. So this is the directions that we can go. I think this is should be the same, right? We have the plus
Yeah,
minus
it will be same.
same, and we have length, which is the grid,
For the
and
edge cases.
edge cases. Yes. So now we also need this visited array, like a hash map, because that will be useful to keep track. And this is one function called valid neighbors, which will check and append which one are valid. And now this is the main function BFS, which will take xy are the coordinates from which we are applying the BFS, and put it in the queue and mark it as visited, and area as 1. And this area is the, we will use it, right? This area will be our
Yes.
useful area. And we also have this one, like for each x in the row and each y in the column, if grid xy is 1 and not visited. And also now we need to change it, like we also need to see that xy are not 0, like like so that we don't find the boundary, or and like x it will be like x, or we can just do one simple thing, like I think 1 to row and column will be, or 1 to row minus 1, right? 1 to row minus 1 and 1 to column minus 1, right? That will be enough, so that we won't reach the boundary. Like we'll start from like if we have this matrix, so we will just not take the edge one, right? So this should, we don't have to, so we can go from 1 to row minus 1 and 1 to column minus 1, then we get the our then we don't traverse the boundaries. And we have also this global counter, right? So this question is like almost the same, and we just have to modify it, like so let's rename it as number of enclaves, which will be initially 0, and we will increment it with this area. And let's make it like, let's change the area to rename it to like number. Okay, it's fine. I think it's we don't need to change it. And
so I think we also have to check for this boundary.
Yeah.
Pollutants.
So we just need to modify this BFS and also like keep track of this area. Like if you find the if you reach the boundary, then we return the 0. Like we like we can keep track, like one thing, like is boundary touched, which will be initially false, and we just keep doing it, and if you reach, if RC are the neighbors, so if R equal to 0 or R equal to row minus 1, or same thing with C equal to 0 or C equal to column minus 1, then we just like mark like change this flag to false, to true, and if this is true, then we return 0. Does it make sense? Because like so I have a question, like why when you reach the boundary touched, why we are not breaking, we are still doing the BFS? So we are not breaking when we reach the end, like the boundary, because we want to mark all the like cell which is connected to this cell to 0. Because if we break it, then we will do it again. So we want to mark all the element which is connected to this xy to visited, so that we don't do it again. So this is the thing. So let's try to run the code and see. Okay, I think we have row and column. Okay, so we got 0 and expected is 3. So let's try to debug it. Why are we getting this? We are making a small mistake somewhere. So okay, it's 1. Grid xy is 1 and not visited. Like let's print here, print send y, just to debug it. We are only getting 1 2, and in this case so yeah, that's okay, but I think then we are doing something wrong here, like RC our neighbors. So basically we are marking this as true. So let's print here, print RNC. Oh, so yeah, we are getting 0 here. Okay, sorry, we have to also do one thing, like if grid RC equal to 1, then only do it. Like we have to move this condition like here. Then it should work. Yes. Because we don't want to consider those, we only need to consider R and C, which is 1, because we the valid neighbors, right? So now let's try to submit it and see. Okay, let's also run for the second case. Okay, it's also running. I'll submit it. Okay, we got success.